Good afternoon, YouTube. All right, we don't want to work real hard today, so we're going to let the oven do everything for us. We're going to throw in some country style ribs that are going to turn out to be rich, melt in your mouth, and delectable. All right, let's cook, YouTube. We got a family to feed. All right, so it is cold and nasty outside. We're going to do some ribs. This is a country style rib. I know y'all see these all over the place. I do too. They are far less expensive than regular spare ribs or the St. Louis style. See that? And there's the bone. People don't seem to know what to do with these. And let me tell you, this is one of the easiest things you're ever gonna cook, all right? These are fatty. They have a ton, well, you can see the fat. And you can see the connective tissue. But the good news is, all that means flavor. So, the other good news is, not a whole lot gets easier than this. All right, so I've got the oven on 300 degrees. 300, yep, 300. All right, and this is just salt, pepper, a little garlic powder. If I can get my pepper open. And I just made little foil packets for these guys. Well, I mean, no, that makes it sound like I worked hard. I just laid some foil out. That's what I did. Minimal effort. I actually was thinking about these. This is 5 pounds, by the way, which is a lot. This is a lot. I buy these at the big box store. Somebody dropped something. And for most people, this would be at least 2 meals if they're not feeding Ricky and Bladen. Changes everything. There we go. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. All right. Oh, you know what I do want to add? You don't have to do this. This is optional. Red pepper flake. And you don't want a ton. You're not trying to take anybody's head off with heat. But a little bit helps with the rich unctuousness and fattiness of that pork. And I was thinking about these because I made a Coca-Cola braised pork butt. And I ended up with some leftover barbecue sauce. And so I thought, perfect, we're gonna do this. All right, now 300 degrees. I'm taking this package, I'm putting it in the oven. I'm gonna walk away for 2 hours. I'm not gonna think about it or look at it or talk about it or mess with it or nothing, okay? 2 hours. All right, so our ribs have been in for a couple hours. There we go. That's starting to look like what we want. But they got a little ways to go. You want them to be that whole fork tender thing where they're just gonna fall apart. So we're gonna give them another hour, but before they go back in there, we're gonna give them, where'd I put it? There it is. Barbecue sauce. Listen, use your favorite. You do not have to have homemade. We are kind of barbecue snobs here. Actually, I'm blaming Ricky for that. Ricky's a barbecue snob. But use what you like. If it tastes good to you, it is the right kind to use. And this is going to go right back in that hot oven. Actually, you know what? That's kind of what I grew up hearing as a slow oven. Kind of low. 300 degrees, okay? We're gonna give it another hour. Now be careful pulling this in and out of the oven because, look here. See those juices? See that? Hot, hot, hot. Don't spill it all over you because, not cool, all right? So back in 300 degree oven, give it 1 more hour. All right, we are at hour 3. So we had 2 hours at 300 degrees. Woo. And then we slathered it up with some barbecue sauce. And now it's blistering hot. And it went in for a second. Nope, for a third hour. How many times today can I just completely say the wrong thing? All right, so here's what we're looking for. We want to make sure that this is the whole fork tender thing, right? Oh yeah. See that? It's just gonna, when you're dealing with this kind of rib or roast or like a chuck or any kind of slow cooked whatever, you're looking for this texture. Okay, that's so hot. Ow. Delicious. But that's what you're looking for. You see this, how the strands are going to separate so easily. All right, now I personally think it needs a little bit of heat. Woo! I need to quit burning my fingers and my hands. But I think we need a little bit of more of a direct heat to kind of caramelize some of that barbecue sauce. And we use enough sauce to really season things and flavor things up, but not enough to get super, super sweet, okay? And this is when you have your last opportunity to really taste and adjust. Nope. That doesn't need a flipping thing. Okay. Because so much liquid, see? So much liquid came out while this was cooking, and this was a moist heat environment. Nothing really caramelized. It did get to the point where, let's see. It's easier to pick this up. Do you see right here? See that? It is beginning to get sticky, but we really want it to get sticky. So I'm putting the broiler on, and all I'm gonna do is run this under the broiler just until I kind of dry it out just a touch, and I want some sticky, charry bits, because that's even more delicious. Y'all go back and look at the caramelize pork butt. If you want to, go all the way to the end. Look at that Coca-Cola barbecue sauce I made. It's probably the best thing I've ever had. All right, under the broiler, just a few minutes, just until we get some sticky stuff happening. Y'all ready for this? This listen. No, not to the dishwasher. Joey, open the dishwasher real quick. Ready? Listen. Do you know what it's saying? I taste so good. That was probably 20 minutes under the broiler. And twice, I just kind of flipped it around to make sure that it was nice and even. And since I've already blistered my hands, check this out. That, y'all, is a perfect bite. Mmm. 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 Look at that texture. Dude, make these. Make these all day long. That is good food. Did I just channel up, bro?